Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and today we're looking at The Great Race. Ooh, a wacky and amazing racing game. You'll love it. So let's go to the highlight reel to see what this video will be like. Now this is one hell of a madcap racing game. Now the art is really good. I love the art. There seems to be a lot of lore around this as well. And look at it on the table. It looks great with these player screens. I love that the player screen has a view of a continent here in Africa. In the 30s, sitting behind the wheel of your half-track, and you're going to enjoy the craziest human adventure. French, English, Belgium, and Italian. So I wonder what the fifth crew is for the fifth player. These maps are really cool. Oh man, these boards, look at the art here. I love it. Men did used to wear suspenders for their socks, didn't you know? They didn't have elasticated socks back then. Look at them, they just all look the same. And with the art, that's absolutely phenomenal. These could definitely look like variants of the countries, certainly. The old Franks here. Could the Frank come back with the Frexit? Look at that. It looks great. This is the one my wife would play, or possibly Jet. All that jazz. Oh, look, it's a different car. Ooh. Oh, this is different. It's a different game. I mean, look at these boring meeples here. Stretch goals, and look at these. Oh, oh my goodness, this one is fantastic. I can't wait to see this one come out. Look at it. Is somebody falling off there? What's going on? The grey matter there. Warming up to extreme heat to get that out. They're all different. They all look really cool. Man, that would be an incredible to get the car minis to follow this art here. And if you do that, those player boards, I'm telling you, oh man, that's hook, line and sinker. We're backing it if that happens. Totally. Oh, the minis here look different than the ones on the Kickstarter. Look at this. Humphrey was his name. A brown camel. I don't think I'd ever seen a brown camel. My arse afterwards. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, it was painful afterwards. Riding a camel for 2 hours, not comfy. I don't know how they're getting money. I really don't. But yeah, anyway, they're generating money somehow on the car. You see, avoid danger. Sacrifice the assistant. Throw him out of the car. Oh. Sacrifice means to kill them. Is that the correct verb that they really want to use here? To sacrifice the assistant. The saboteur here, he's a dirty man. And holy moly! An index! Woo-hoo! Alright, The Great Race, looking phenomenal. Oh, we are enamored with this Kickstarter. We love everything about it, but some components could do with some upgrades. Will the stretch goals deliver? We'll find out over its campaign, but let's go to the Kickstarter campaign right after this.
The next social stretch goal on KiS 102.4 is the 250 subscriber. Subscribe today and unlock new music that will change the music in all the videos in the future. You could be part of the evolution.
Oh, here we are. The Great Race. Now this is one hell of a madcap racing game. As it says here. You're in the 1930s, sitting behind the wheel of a half-track. Do you know, I thought this half-track was only used in World War II. I didn't realise they were using this in the 1930s in a racing mode. I mean, this is great. I love it. Yeah, you're going to be in the craziest human adventure. Oh yeah, bag pulling and a little bit of take that going on in this game. It is great. Well, it actually popped out on Kickstarter in March, but it got cancelled So it has come back, but it's come back now with some interesting additions, and it's a better campaign for it. Hands down. That extra month of time let it prepare, and it's come out now looking super, super attractive. It's more than a race. Welcome to the Great Race. Now, the art is really good. I love the art. They have the cover box here does have 2 boards. It has Africa and South America, which is great because you can do a grand tour race where you complete Africa and then you potentially move your state of your vehicle, how it ended the race, over to America then, or you can do America first and then Africa. So you could have like a carry-on campaign, which sounds wonderful. And yeah, they have this 65, which has the add-on, which is a 5th player is coming in here. And when we go down, you'll kind of see this add-on Jewel. We'll see it as we go down to check that out. But that is edition. If you want the 5th player version, it certainly is there as an option. Yeah, there's no reason you can't play this solo as well. You can pit one against another. I mean, it can be interesting that way. Or all 4 of them if you want to play a little bit of fun. There seems to be a lot of lore around this as well. It is interesting. And yeah, you do have a team of people on the car. You have people certainly working, and look at it on the table. It looks great with these player screens. I love that the player screen has a view of a continent here in Africa. Oh, it looks so good. I love it how the cockpit matches up with the board, as in it feels like you're looking at the car. What I'm not too happy about is the player cards here that match up with the screens, because they're not color coded. It doesn't look like all of these are the same, basically. And it would have been nice to have, extend this board out a little bit and make it yellow, give us the country code or whatever, the vehicle. Do something to actually make it so you're not just giving the player a player board, but you're also giving them the special sheet card player thing here too, so that you're getting all this piece, and these are individual. I mean, for example, what is the game? I've got to look at my shelf. Yeah, Dinosaur Island. Each player got their own boards, which was really nice to individualize your company, and it would great if your player board here was individualized also. I mean, the player screens are starting the art off, and it looks like that could certainly be done too. I love these money bills as well. They're really big. I like that the bags have got the names on, and you can see here the car meeples. They're great. Or minis, they're not meeples, are they? And these meeples here for your assistants, they are potentially going to get screen printed in the stretch goals. So that is very cool too. And it has funded in the first stage, so props to the team. They've done a great job. And yeah, let's hope it really takes off. Because it is a very, very cool racing game, I'll give you that. We are in the 30s, sitting behind the wheel of your half-track, and you're going to enjoy the craziest human adventure. You will drive your vehicle from the African jungle to the Andean mountains, from impassable deserts to the highest peaks in the world. Ooh. I mean, look at these shots where you're going as a team, and they're helping you push through the terrain and stuff. It's very thematic. Does look very cool. Fairly quick as well, 45 to 60 minutes, and it says that you're playing the leader of one of the first 4 crews. French, English, Belgium, and Italian. So I wonder what the 5th crew is for the 5th player. That'll be interesting. And I wonder also, if you play 2-player, can you take the crew of 2? That'd be interesting if you could set it up like that. Anyway, so different play mode. Yep, so nice box cover. I do like it. The Great Race. Nice glow of sun there of Africa. Look at these maps. These maps are really cool. You notice these circles are white. You're going to be pulling one of these out from a bag. It's put down on here. So you don't know the terrain you're coming into. You have cards, like assistant cards, that can scout ahead, which can maybe plot ahead of the route, which is also nice. And there are also some take that aspects where you're going to swap 2 of these as well, so you can potentially put a dangerous tile and swap it over, which is a bit dirty, but yes. And these black circles here, this is much harder to go through terrain wise. It costs more fuel to go through these areas. Could be swampy or something like that. In the theme anyway, it's harder to get through. Also, these coloured tiles here are cities, and you can definitely see the city names on them, but we can't see them from even this view. The boards are beautifully detailed as well. But for example, if the reason to go into a city is to get fuel and repair, that's cheaper, and you also get 2 more cards if you go into a city, so it's definitely worth going in. These cards are the special abilities that can help you avoid danger, or scout ahead, repair the vehicle better, or do the dirty on your enemies. You can perhaps, if someone's following your route behind you, one of the cards lets you destroy a tile behind you, so so you're cutting them off basically, and they'll have to rediscover another one there, and then they could pull a dangerous one out. So interesting stuff like that. Yes, a double-sided board, very, very nice. We don't know how big the board is. There's no size here, how big it would look on the table, but it looks big. It does look big. Oh man, these boards, look at the art here. I love it. Here's a British one, just interested in taking a photograph of the expedition. Sod the race, it's about the journey, we're having a good time, this is the best holiday I've ever had. This one, pushing it through the swamp, and some of the tiles you pull up have animals on as well. One of them's a hippopotamus, and oh my goodness, that'd be dangerous. Imagine a crocodile coming out here when you're trying to get the car through there. Very cool indeed. And oh man, it just looks so evocative of the period, doesn't it? It really does. I love that back in the 30s it was kind of fashionable to have your suspenders. Suspenders? Is that what it is? Going around that? Braces. Yes. Men did used to wear suspenders for their socks, didn't you know? They didn't have elasticated socks back then. So these are the meeples, and when you see the screen printed ones, you can totally forget about these. Totally. These circles here are the marker, because each round you need to see who's in the lead. They get some extra money, and also they'll go last in the next round, so there's a kind of a catch-up mechanic happening each round. Not that much, but it gives them, it means that that first player can't really go ahead too much. The vehicle figures look great, don't they? They really do look nice, and the back of them, there is something that you can put in the back of them, which we'll see down below. What I like about the game now is that it has 60 African tiles and 60 Africa and 60 South American tiles, so completely different continent, therefore different tiles. So you've got different dangers and different terrain. It's fabulous, isn't it? Like, you really do feel like you're playing the different continent here with this. It does look really, really cool. I do like it, and you can see on these tiles, to go through the plains here costs fuel. To go over this rubble here is a little bit of caution here. You're going to take 2 extra fuel. You're going to take damage to your engine or your structure. You can divide this up. We'll talk about that. These bags as well, really nice. I like the print on them. I know it's got Africa and South America on here, but, you know, the tour, you know, great race. You can put that logo with it as well. I don't know, they're functionally great, and it's better than a plain bag, that's for certain. Some people might think that these square corners aren't nice and they should be rounded corners, but you're putting discs in here. I don't think you're going to be fumbling to get out one of these. And 60 tiles, I don't think you're going to be pulling all these out in one race anyway, so there's a little bit of variability between the rounds. Now here are the player boards and dashboards. Nice. Look at them, they just all look the same. Oh. Need to see a little bit more. I mean, the dashboard, for example, could have a bit of walnut in it for the British. The French might prefer a different type of wood. You know, we don't know. And make it a little bit longer so we can see inside the cabin a little bit and give it its thematic country feel. They're just too similar. The boards are all too similar. And with the art, that's absolutely phenomenal. These could definitely look like variants of the countries, certainly. Yes. Now we know that these, you know, this looks to be dual layered. We'll see this as we go down. We're not talking about the dials here. We're talking about this bit on the outside, the top layer. This is what needs to get more, you know, more in keeping with the player. Keep the theme going. The theme here is like they're all, I know they're all, the meat, you know, the vehicles are all the same, but, you know, do the interiors all have to be the same? I mean, just to make it more individual. I like we're getting the old Franks here. Could the Frank come back with the Frexit? There's definitely going to be a fall of the EU, definitely. I think Grexit. Grexit, is that Germany? Or Drexit for Deutschland? I think that might fall first. If Germany go and the Deutschmark comes back, I don't know, will the Deutschmark ever come back? Will they go to the old money, or will they stay as euro even if it falls apart? Anyhow, rant over the fall of the EU. Anyhow, yeah, you got Andre Citron here. I think the lower is the half track here was built by him. So you're all in these French half tracks. It is very nice. These are the resource cards that you're pulling. And beautiful art. It looks like a drawing of an artist out there at the time. And a beautiful eye patch here evokes James Bond. Dun, dun, da, da, dun. Rulebook is down below. We'll have a look at that when we get to the bottom of the page, and it is a good rulebook. Oh, it is really nice. It is almost final. It is almost final. When's this game shipping? Dun, 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 dun. March 2021. So, all good. The Great Race needs you. I like that the rules go to their own website. That's kind of nice. Shows you a little bit more art when you go there. Here's the Great Race Duel. it says, enjoy the adventure like never before with Jewel. Discover the solo game designed in collaboration with Martin Montreal of the YouTube channel, The Board Game Society. There you go. Here's a new one from not heard of him. Change your pace with a 5th player mode, so it's solo and 5th player. Okay, so you're going to be the solo mode. Anyway, the next one is led by Simone de Flore, one of the first women drivers in history. A crew composed entirely of women takes part to the race. You will have to reckon with these formidable adversaries. Look at that. It looks great. This is the one my wife would play, or possibly Jet, our editor. Shame on not having more women ones. There's 2 women in our playgroup. But yes, if you had money back then, certainly the women could do what the men were doing. That was all of the rage in the 30s, leading to the women's vote and all that jazz. All that jazz. We've yet to see what this meeple will look like screen printed. And we don't know what country this is, Simone de Flore. We don't know what that is. I'm guessing it could be Dutch from the Netherlands, as there was a Holland Empire. I don't know. We don't know. The first crossing of the Sahara opposed André Citroën and Louis Renault, both brilliant French automotive manufacturers. Oh, look, it's a different car. Ooh. Okay, so this is the person you're going to be racing against. This is good, isn't it? So you're in competition here with Louis Renault. Both Citroën and Renault, both massive car companies in France today, though. So this is part of the history and legacy. No half track here, so I wonder if this is going to be more. Are they going to have a bit more difficulty through the terrain? Or I don't know. Can this possibly go faster because the half track slows you down? I don't know. With solo mode, the player driving his half-track will have to face the driver of the famous Renault 10CV Torpedo with 6 wheels. The goal will be to complete 12 missions across Africa and South America. Oh, this is different. It's a different game. 12 missions. You might have to visit cities and stuff. This is looking great, this mode. You could totally switch this out for another player and play this mode with 2 players with 12 missions. Anyhow, it does look good. Looking good. So, solo mode with missions that you've got to do across the 2 maps. Very good. Nice new car mini. And the pink ladies team from unknown country, again with a board that could be pink something. You know, do something here. I don't know. Just do something. If you extend the board a little bit, you could put something there. That's all I'm saying. Stretch goals, and look at these! Oh! I like it. This is such a small stretch, isn't it? Because it's 1,000 euros between them. So this is a definite gonna push these out. I mean, look at these boring meeples here. And what's the 5th player gonna be? That we don't know what that one's gonna look like. It's totally okay to do a stretch goal for the expansion. I love these mustaches. Yeah, the French mustache, if I was to grow one, I'd do one of them, maybe. I'm not too happy about that English one. The Belgium is a monster. Chops, look at them. And the Italian a little bit. I'd definitely go with the French, that big whopper of a leech. I also like you've got the braces here on the French. The Englishman's got his jacket on. And the Italian here's got the epaulets here on the side, which is different too. So they're all looking nice. Powers. Yeah, each of these races has a history, so they're going to be better at doing something with the car. You've got here the Frenchman here, pretty good at scouting. The Englishman, pretty good at saving money, maybe? I can't see that. This guy, the Belgium dude, I don't know, infinite something. And I know the Italian, the character is a mechanic. He has like an engineering degree, this guy, so he's potentially got a bonus to fixing his car. I wonder what the power of the fifth player is going to be. This is going to be an exciting one to add in anyway, isn't it? This thing. So yeah, the bigger pledge is the recommended one. Totally. Oh, in fact, this is it's locked up at the minute. So this is potential stretches, and they're showing you the full goal. We don't know what the money will be. And this is partly because projects don't know how to project how much money they might get in. So this is nice to see. At least they're doing this. There's some Kickstarters on day one don't even show you their stretch goals because they want to see how much they think they might bring in after day one. But here we can see what they are. One is a paddock. Hang on, this Powers is going to be a special one. This is going to be really cool to unlock this as well. Learn a little bit lore about the characters that you're playing, the lead driver. The paddock upgrade here, you can see this one. It definitely looks dual layered here, doesn't it? This is potentially going to dual layer the board. You can see it's dual layer. And you can upgrade your car. So instead of 5 on the structure, you can go to 6 on the structure. The structure lets you have more cards in your hand. So if you damage your car, your hand size will start to get smaller. So you're going to have to repair your vehicle. Forced. You will have to repair your vehicle structure. The engine here is how many... potentially you got to keep your engine going because you could break down. Your car could break down. And your fuel is how far you can travel in a single turn. So you can really... But of course you need to see the track in front of you. Your assistants per turn can go on these little things here. They give you little bonuses. They can give you more money. They can scout ahead, give you an extra card, repair the vehicle, drive the car, avoid some danger. We'll see this when we go to the rulebook. It is really nice. It's like a little mini worker placement per round. Very, very lightweight though. I mean, it's very lightweight. And you can just do one round where you max it out, so you get 110 francs, which is nice. This is oh my goodness, this one is fantastic. I can't wait to see this one come out. Look at it. Seasonal racing, potential weather effects, and I don't know. It says flood, landslide, mudslide, drought. The weather is interfering. So this is like a bad luck, good luck happening. I imagine it's going to affect all drivers, and it brings the theme together. I like that. And again, these are stretch goals, so we'll know more when they unlock, but totally fascinating to see what they are. And the game is getting deeper. I like this one, postal. A little cube goes in the little back here, and it says, how about making some profit along the way? That might force you off your track to deliver to another city, which is it's like a side mission as you're racing, which is good. And if you are racing to the finish and you're doing at least 2 maps, well, when you finish, it's all, you get points on how much money you have, or how good your vehicle is, how good does it look. So you might want to do these side missions anyway, so that your car is fit for the next race, and you get those victory points anyway if it looks nice anyway. The bonus one here looks like bonus tiles, bonus some money, and I don't know what this box is. What are you putting in the box? I mean, you're getting a die with the season, but I don't know what that is. Is it the main box gets strengthened? Is that what it is? They're going to reinforce the main box with this. But it looks good because there's 3 coming out of this bonus on the same one. And helvets. This looks like a different crew. The Swiss crew. The Swiss. Gets a lot of support from the philanthropic supporters. The Helvets. Is that a different half track? It looks different, doesn't it? It doesn't have the barrel at the front. And I love the fact that the crew's looking over the edge. Oh, it's a bit... Is somebody falling off there? What's going on? What is that? I don't know. It looks treacherous. It does look treacherous. The story then from the Gazette. Mrs. Laforet agreed to an interview. Madam, can you tell us more about the events of April 21? I would not say it is an event, sir. It is simply today's ordinary women's life. We are so fragile that men need to protect us from any adventure. Many suffragettes coming from all over the world have expressed their support. So you got some nice lore as we're coming down. And Ayadabahi. Ooh, what's that place? Cairo. Obviously know that one. Colombelchar. I don't know if these are the French names. We're looking at the French board here. I don't know. Jean de la Tour. With the big mustache. So, born in Lyon, 1887. So you get a little bit of the character's history here. And you do get the sense that this is history that they're using. This is a very historically researched game. Sir Andrew Waldegrave is a Sir Andrew Waldegrave, born in London. So he's not an ordinary person. I guess all these are the mega rich at the time. His noble origin, nobility, he's connected to the Queen. The Queen in 1930? Was it a king back then? I don't know, I'm Irish. Any English person watching, I don't know. 1930, was it a king or queen? King, was it not Queen? Yeah, it was Queen Victoria, then Elizabeth. Edward was before Victoria. Edward before Victoria. There we go. Dear me. The grey matter there. warming up to extreme heat to get that out. Anyhow, this dude, he's passionate about motorsport and above all, endurance racing, something we don't really see these days, but yeah, super exciting. Love this picture, look at it, and the Belgium massive chops on this guy, look at it. I do love that, it looks really cool. Anyhow, look at the team here trying to stop it from falling over as it's going through here. I guess going through the jungle is going to be heartbreaking stuff. Leonard van Houten, born in Antwerp. Second son of the famous Van Houten family. Never heard of you. Gianni Martinetti. He's the mechanic, doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. The grease monkey that he is. Hang about here. These all look a little different, these cars. Do they look a little different? Look at this. The minis could be different. The car minis here that are all the same. Will there be an unlock to follow this art? Because this guy definitely has his telescope here for scouting. This guy has extra materials on the top. Maybe, I don't know. It's different. This one looks the smaller of them all, doesn't it? Certainly looks the smallest. And this one certainly has a different back end and it's shorter at the front. I don't know, it's different. They're all different. They all look really cool. Man, that would be an incredible to get the car minis to follow this art here. And if you do that, those player boards, I'm telling you, oh man, that's hook, line and sinker. We're backing it if that happens. Totally. Oh. Then the game becomes extra special in all its details. It really does. You've got some great how to plays here, showing you how crazy it gets, how fun it is, the race, and with all the extra side missions that are coming, and potential fifth player, the solo mode. This is an amazing package for 50 to 65 bucks. Is it Euro bucks? Euro bucks? Euro dollars? I don't know. Alright, this is looking like a French player, and he's definitely dressed up for this one. Oh, he does have a bag though, which says the Great Race on it. Okay, this is obviously prototype though, and I don't think they'll be testing the South American one, which is it's new. Oh man, it just looked great, that player board. The screen does look good. These are just telling you about the little places on the map here, the workers here. Do you want to open new tiles out, or we'll look at this in the rulebook. It's more clear in the rulebook. Definitely more clear. Yeah. Rulebook does a better job. Rulebook's fantastic, by the way. Shipping 50 euros to the rest of the... Oh, man. We're going to have to send them a message to shipping to Mexico. Because if they do make those... If they do make the minis unique for each, I'm sorry, I'm going to fall over with my wallet hanging out. Oh, right, we're going to go to the rulebook and you're going to see how great this game is from the rulebook, and we'll come back to the Kickstarter then. So let's switch to the rulebook. The steel monsters of the Great Race finally went into the unknown today. Well, there's a spelling mistake. Finally, double L. They are asking for people to come in and have a look at this. So yeah, there's one for free. Box here. I like how the rulebook assumes the stretch goal is going to be blown apart. I do like that. And you can see here that these screens have at the bottom here the colours of the team. And these boards could do something like that. A little blue trim, white trim, yellow trim, orange trim, pink trim. Get on it. Oh, the minis here look different than the ones on the Kickstarter. Look at this. So it looks like the minis are all over the place. The history's half track, but this looks like a tractor. Alright, so they're definitely in flux, these minis. You see here in the rule book, the bag also. Box contains 1 fabric bag and 60 terrain tiles. This is, you know, the March Kickstarter rulebook, I'd say, because in the April Kickstarter, what we're looking at here, we're getting the double-sided board with South America on it. There will be 2 fabric bags with 2 sets of terrain tiles. So there you go. Right, you set up the board. It's all totally clear. I do like how it is. Position the board at the center of the table. The last player who travelled in the continent where the race takes place. Have you been to Africa? I've been to Morocco and the Sahara Desert. Boring place. It's a desert. There's nothing there. It is desert. It is a desert. I did go on a camel though. Humphrey was his name. A brown camel. I don't think I'd ever seen a brown camel in a movie. So he was cool, Humphrey. My arse afterwards. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, it was painful afterwards. Riding a camel for 2 hours. Not comfy. I don't know, an Irishman on a camel, you see. We're not meant to ride camels. It is a thing. It is a thing. Alright, engine gauge, your structural gauge, your gas gauge. Finances. I don't know how the team are working on finances. It's not like they've got a laptop and they are, what's it called? Mining. Data mining. I don't know how they're getting money. I really don't. But yeah, anyway, they're generating money somehow on the car. Beautiful art as we go around here. It tells you here when you're scouting ahead, you can't scout way off your track. It needs to be next to where you are. So that's pretty cool. You can do one or the other on these tiles, so they give you 2 options. And it says for each assistant placed on that slot. So the wording there suggests you could put 2 there if you really want to fix the engine. You also see here the prices are different. Fuel in a city is 10, 20 out. Repair is 20 in a city, 40 out. So double cost if you avoid cities. Now it says here, avoid danger, sacrifice the assistant, throw him out the car. You know that picture, the Belgian one? Throw him out of the car! Oh. Sacrifice means to kill them. Is that the correct verb that they really want to use here? To sacrifice the assistant. We're going to go off the edge, lose some weight, throw Jester off at the back, throw him. Ooh. So, sacrifice. And does that mean you lose a worker if that happens? And that is treachery if that happens. That can't be that. Can't be that. There is this concept of supporting crew, which we need to talk about when that comes up. It goes through the phases and the bonus phase and things like that. We see the phases that are going on here. We have the turn starts getting the card. You've got the planning phase on your card. You got the convoy. You're moving. You got maintenance before the next. I mean, it's nice and clear. Using a lot of art. Looking at the terrain tiles, you can see the hippopotamus here. There's a wildfire going on here. Oh man! And yeah, it is really nice. You can also move into familiar territory, and you can move fairly quick in this game if it's all been scouted out. It is fairly nice. Crossing into a risk zone, so you can see here the black circles. The black squares represent an area not marked on the maps, forcing your crew to take a detour when you cross a terrain tile in this area. Its fuel cost is increased by 1. An entry into a city is not affected. What is this? Is this just English? Let me read this again. Forcing your crew to make a detour. That means you cannot travel that way if you've got to make a detour. You've got to change direction when you come to them. Okay, so this is going to... I don't know how that works, the detour. That sounds like its own mechanic. I don't know if, again, that's a wrong... Forcing your crew to make a detour. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, anyhow. Transport. This is an interesting mechanic. You can travel by a ship or even plane. Yeah, there's air transport here. You've got to pay the cost of the journey. And it potentially can bypass a lot of stuff. Yeah, and there are specific cards to make this cheaper for you as well. So, good. Yeah, at the end of the game, you have points for winning. You're going to add the level of each engine and chassis of your dashboard. So if you're coming with a very repaired car, you are going to get also more points as well, and also for money. So it's not just the winner. It all depends on the condition of your vehicle when you come in at the end. It says, for your sponsors and the press, it is important to finish the race with a vehicle in good condition. Do have some resource cards here. These tell us some interesting stuff. Cartographer, you can see further ahead, map it better. The ranger can counteract the danger or of a saboteur or cheater, so the ranger can help you get these take that cards. The saboteur here, he's a dirty man. The targeted player on the same path as you, he's following your path, loses 2 points of engine or chassis. So this is a bit dastardly doing this. And the cheater there can swap 2 tiles placed on the board, so could make your path treacherous. Notice this cheater. Look at his hair. He's like a vampire. This guy. Look, he's got Dracula's forehead here with the hair. That's something you don't see anymore. Is that? Maybe in a vampire movie. Anyway, cards here for fixing your engine, and some financial cards, some fuel cards, and the caravan card. He's nice because some tiles force you to stop your car, and the caravan will help you to negate that. So, yeah, this is all cool. Special ability cards. And holy moly, an index! Woo-hoo! Couple of things missing that we found. Detour. What's the detour? How does the detour work? Not in the index. And so stuff like that. It's stuff that we question that's in the rulebook that particularly the index can also help answer that. So, but yeah, otherwise it's a phenomenal rulebook. It looks really nice. Oh, and sacrifice, by the way. Sacrifice. Not in the index either. It's weird how the index is not in alphabetical order as well. I mean, you need an index is so you can find something quick. You've got to look through the whole index to find the item. If you're looking for dashboard, it should be at the top, but it's at the bottom of the sheet. So, yeah, sort this by alphabet. This may have just come over from French, is why it's in this weird index. So that potentially needs to be addressed too. All right, so sacrificing someone. I'm pretty sure this game doesn't have you killing somebody. Yeah, it sounds like he's getting off the car and pushing it is what you really mean. So you can't use that worker or the assistant that round. But sacrifice, I don't know. Does it have death? All right, let's jump back to the Kickstarter. All right, the Great Race, looking phenomenal. Love it, love it, love it. We are keeping our eye on this. We certainly want to remind us of this when it goes. We really, really could be backing this. Confirmed Mexico shipping is at 50 euros, which is... But if... But it could blow us away. With what's coming on the campaign, could definitely blow us away. Really, really cool. Just need these dashboards here to look like they're coming from the team. At the minute, they're all the same. I wish that changed. Massive fingers crossed to get the individual vehicles of the art. That would just be that next level Kickstarter miracle happening big time. Really, really would be. So if you sacrifice someone, can you hire him again if you go to a city? Oh, it sounds terrible, doesn't it? FAQ, let's quickly go there. They're doing a Kickstarter survey. Now, I don't know if that means you've got to pay for shipping and everything earlier than it would if it was a pledge manager. And they're not putting $1 pledges in here. So, you know, there is that. Also some great updates. We've got massive detailed of the French and English, looking very good. Very short update, that one. How do you add the jewel? Another update. And funded in a day. Yes, it was really good. And the sacrifice picture here, does it look like they've thrown someone over? Oh. Anyhow, there's the Great Race. An absolute crazy racing game that looks a boatload of fun. Oh man, it looks so exciting. And we're looking at a box here that's not $100, peeps. 65 euros to get everything in with a super interesting solo mode. And the 5th player expansion also looking cool, just so you can add a different colour into the main game too. So lots to love about this game. Lots to love. please come and have a look at it and watch the playthroughs and support the project. If you have a big interest like we do, we're definitely keeping an eye on this because it could do miracles which will make us back it. That is for certain. Well, if you've got this far to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. If you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It really does help the channel, and we really want to unlock the music. Our editor is sick of this music we keep playing in our videos. Jet keeps saying, ask him, ask him, ask him. We're over 200 subs, so we're getting close, we're getting close. Anyway, props to you if you're a subscriber. Thank you much for watching too. And yeah, the great race. Wow, this week pulling some beauties out of the bag. Wow, April has just been killer. Well, you're listening to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm Lipstickpaddy, your host today. You have a great day gaming or whatever you're up to. I hope you're having a great day. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.